Morning everyone, it's Dan here with Frylow. And over the next couple of minutes I'm going to talk about Frylow, how it works, why it works. We're going to talk about installation, maintenance, how to test it, and we'll talk about temperature also. Now, Frylow is manufactured in Japan, is now in 17 countries around the world. And basically it does two things. When it's put in oil, the first thing it does is it slows down the oxidation process. In other words, your oil is going to last longer than it did before. The second thing it's going to do, it's going to create a negative charge in your oil. Right now your oil is positively charged and your food is negatively charged. So the oil and food tend to come together. When Frylow goes in and creates a negative charge, negative to negative, the food is going to repel a little bit from the oil, and that way your food is going to come out lighter, crispier, more golden, and a much tastier product for your customers. So let's talk about how to install it. These brackets come together. When you place the bracket here, it locks into the Frylow, and that way it doesn't slip. Once you have locked it, it's then placed in the oil between the pipes. If you have an electric fryer, you can just put it on top of the elements. As long as the oil is covering the Frylow, it will work. Now, a couple of things. The most important thing as it relates to using Frylow is temperature. We must keep the temperature under 350. 345 is a nice number. And we must always use a handheld thermometer. In other words, the dials on fryers sometimes don't work. So each morning you check with a handheld thermometer, not a laser thermometer. It will only give you the heating on top of the oil. So you dip this in, wait a few seconds, check the temperature. If it's at 345, then you're good to go and it's perfect. Now, how do we test the oil? As you're cooking and as time goes by, we test the oil using 3M strips. There's a chart here, and all we do is we dip the 3M strip into oil when it's hot for about 6 seconds. Then we compare it to the chart. You'll notice that the Frylow, or the oil starts, these strips, start off all blue and then they go yellow or green, and as the oil ages, it's going to go yellow, yellow, yellow. Now remember, this is just a guide. Once you're at about 3 yellows, you can start tasting the food. If the food is still good, go another day. Because the benefit of that is the savings of money as it relates to the cost of oil. Now, how do we maintain it? All we do in maintenance of the Frylow is when you make an oil change, all you have to do is just rinse off the Frylow in hot water. Dry it off, and then you can put it back into the deep fryer. And each month or so, you may want to boil it out for 10 minutes just to get all the extra grease that may be caked onto the Frylow itself. Okay? So, what are the most important things again? The biggest thing is temperature. Always keep the temperature around 345, no more than 350. For maintenance, just rinse it off and dry it off and put it back. Okay? The big benefit to Frylow is the fact that the food is going to come out a whole lot better than it does now, right? Because of that negative to negative charge. All right, listen, I want you to have a great day. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch up to you in the future. Bye for now.